You're combing your hair wrong. Yes, combing it wrong. What I mean by this is that you're ripping out your hair and causing premature hair fall and thinning of your hair. Everybody knows you need to start from the ends and work all the way up to the roots, but what I'm really talking about is the use of a Denman brush or a Denman type brush, namely a paddle brush, namely a large normal, this is not a normal one, this is healthier than a normal one, but a normal paddle brush, which would be about this size, usually bigger than this. This will rip your hair out of your head, okay? This is a wet brush. I don't even like the size, but the wet brush is really good. I prefer the mini one because it has a smaller surface area and does in fact rip less hair out of your head. A lot of people, they will use the Denman brush or a normal size paddle brush every single time they wash and detangle their hair. That's really bad. You don't want to do that. That is gonna just rip your hair out of your head, rip it out, and cause excess shedding. Don't do that. Do not. Number one, always want to go through with a wide tooth comb before you go through with the paddle brush. Even though it seems like a paddle brush might be able to take the hair just on point, you really want to go through with the wide tooth comb first because it's going to just ease everything up. You're priming the hair, okay? So you went through with the wide tooth and you go through with your Denman or Denman type brush. Yeah, I hate the Denman. I prefer a paddle brush. A regular paddle brush is like 10 times better than the Denman brush because the Denman brush is just like a stiff brush that really just rips at the hair. Number one, always go through with the wide tooth first. Number two, frequency. This is so important. Do not Denman your hair every single time you comb your hair. People just have thin hair and they think their hair is thin. No, every time you comb your hair, you're ripping it out of your head, and that's why it's thin, okay? This is a really valid point that people don't really talk about, and it's really important. You guys really need to heed this advice. Do not use your Denman or paddle brush, preferably paddle brush. Just throw away the Denman. I'm sorry for getting on a company. It's just an awful brush. Unless Denman company does make paddle style brushes, like a normal paddle style brush. So opt for their paddle brush. Don't go for their regular stiff like D3. Go with the Denman paddle brush, okay? And don't use it every single time you wash, which is typically once a week. Use it no more than twice a month, which is every other week, okay? And then you want to go from the ends, obviously. First, go with the wide tooth and then go from the ends. Really simple, but it's really going to save you so much hair. You have no idea. Don't, when you're styling your hair midweek, like you do your nightly twist or whatever, don't go back there. Just try and minimize the amount of manipulation and combing, specifically combing and brushing. Minimize the amount of brushing and combing you do to your hair, and that's going to save your hair. It's going to save your thickness. And everybody wants thick hair. You don't want to just rip out your hair, okay? And preferably use the Denman style paddle brush only once a month. Again, I said twice a month maximum, once a month optimally. And I've really seen beautiful results with this because you're really just saving the thickness of your hair. Why do you even have to use it? Why not just use a wide tooth comb all the time? I personally can't use a wide tooth comb all the time, and if you're 4C like me, you will probably experience the same thing. Why? Because you get those tiny knots that need to be handled with a finer detangling tool. So you do that by going no more than twice a month with this. But if you go more than that, rippage, loss of thickness. Okay, so you see how that works? All about frequency. Once a month is like the happy place. It's like, oh my gosh, you're getting your hair detangled, it's getting nice, it's getting like smooth and whatnot and not matting up on you, but you're saving all that thickness, thickums. We like the thickums with the hair. So I hope you enjoyed this tip. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you in the next video. Later.